Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Maddie, so hi! As any of my subscribers may know, I've kind of been MIA for a while, probably 3 or 4 weeks at this point, and the reason being was because I just needed a break from YouTube. You've probably heard this from a million YouTubers before, but it becomes really exhausting and it's really easy to burn out on YouTube because you have to constantly be thinking and creating, and it can be really discouraging when you just feel like you're not growing, or you feel like you're getting hung up on the numbers and the subscribers and the like counts and all that stuff. So I just had to take a step back for a while, kind of reevaluate what I wanted to do with this YouTube channel and why I was doing it. So I'm back. Just for the record, I will not be posting every week again. I'm probably just gonna post when I feel like I have something to talk about or something worth posting, or I feel creatively inspired. So that's what's happening. So the reason that I bring that up was because 2 videos ago I did a video about my electric guitar and I absolutely loved it. I had so much fun filming it, I had so much fun talking about it, editing it, just re-watching it over and over again, and I feel like those are the types of videos that I want to keep making. So I'm back with another music themed video, and this time we are talking about Billie Eilish. So kind of controversial topic, surprisingly. Recently, I know there's been a lot of things going on about her, like with her Vogue cover. I know that was kind of controversial, and then her music video that came out, there was a lot of stuff about like queer baiting, which was really interesting. And then her most recent single, NDA, a lot of people were saying that it was a total flop. People just didn't enjoy it, which was really interesting to me because the first time I listened to it, I kind of agreed. A lot of people were saying it kind of sounded like the Among Us theme song, which I don't know how I feel about that, like kind of true. I'm a really big fan of Billie Eilish. I thought her story is super interesting. I love Finneas, her brother. I think he is a creative genius, to be honest. I have both of her previous albums on vinyl. I have Don't Smile at Me, which was released in 2017, and then I have When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, which was released in 2019. So this one is beautiful. We have the orange colored vinyl, which I absolutely love. I think that's so pretty. And then I believe this one is the red vinyl. Yes. And then today, actually last night at midnight, well, I guess this morning, whatever. Today is July 30th, and Billie Eilish officially dropped Happier Than Ever, which is her brand new album. And I listened to it this morning and I was like floored because the songs were so good. I should have expected that because I love Billie and I love Finneas, and I knew whatever they were gonna do was like a creative genius type thing. This morning I went to a nail salon that was near a local Target, and I was just tapping through my stories, all this stuff, and then one of my friends posted that he had got the vinyl at Target today, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool, and I want to get my hands on this before it sells out. And I forgot to pre-order online, so I knew I wasn't going to get a shipment for a really long time because they would probably be sold out. So as soon as my nail appointment was done, I decided to run to Target and see if I could find it, and lo and behold, I did. I'm also going to give a little bit of a synopsis slash opinion on all of the songs that I have. I'm shocked that, like, when I saw that the album had 16 songs, that's a lot. I mean, her previous album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, had 14, so that was kind of a lot, but her first album only had 8 songs. So she's been progressing. I'm so excited to unbox this, so why don't we just get into it? So I'm just gonna go track by track, just give you a little thing. Getting Older, a very kind of slower song to open the album, which was a surprising choice for Billie, but I think it works really, really well. I think the whole album flows really well together, and I think it just sets the tone for the album, saying she's older, her style is more mature, and I loved, there's a line in there about how the things that she used to love now just keep her employed, and I thought that was like genius, because that is literally just the definition of the reality of becoming a superstar, living out your dreams. It's like, what now? I feel like that's a really good line, and just, I really liked the song. I Didn't Change My Number. It's one of my favorite songs at the moment. I really love how the song picks up the album and kind of like takes it from this kind of somber song that's setting the tone, and then it goes into this I Didn't Change My Number, and it's like boom, in your face, kind of setting the tone for that. And then the BILLIE Bossa Nova, dude, that song is so good. I love it. It kind of reminds me of like on my old keyboard, we used to have songs that you could play, and one of the songs was like a bossa nova song, and it reminds me of that, and I love it. It's very nostalgic for me. My Future, released as a single, loved it as a single, love it on the album. I think it fits perfectly, and I love the message of the song. It's so true, like, not looking for love, just trying to focus on me right now. Like, I'm so excited for what the future has to offer me. Like, it's a very uplifting, manifesting song. Okay, Oxytocin. Dude, I feel like that song really sets up the maturity of this album and how she's older than she was 5 years ago when she released her first album, and it's just a really cool song. I think it's something very different, and I really enjoyed listening to it. Goldwing, oh my god, the opening to it, it's so beautiful. Like, all the harmonies that they put together, they mixed it so well. Like, it just sounds perfect, especially if you're listening to it in headphones. It's kind of like surround sound. It just feels amazing. And then when it pops in with that new beat, oh my god, it is so good. Lost Cause was the song that caused the controversy with like the queer baiting thing. I love Lost Cause. I just think it sounds very similar to Therefore I Am, which is not a problem. Like, they're both really good songs, but I feel like they sound really similar to each other. But I still really liked it. Haley's Comet, I think that's Haley, not Hallie. Yeah. Another really good song. It's funny because when I saw this title, I immediately thought of Haley's Waitress by Fountains of Wayne. I grew up with that song. I don't know why I thought of it. So in my brain, I was kind of imagining it sounding like that. And it kind of gave me those vibes a little bit, but I thought the lyrics were really creative to use the comet as kind of a metaphor for her love life, and I thought it was really cool. So Not My Problem, she basically does this spoken word thing about how people perceive her and her body and her opinions and all this other stuff, and it was so good, like, to listen to and just relate to, honestly, because even though I'm not, you know, a celebrity like she is, it's more like she talks about things that everybody deals with, like body positivity, image issues, and I can't even imagine how being like one of the biggest stars in the world right now and having to deal with those opinions like affect her mentally and physically. So I just thought that was so cool and very powerful. And then Overheated, again, amazing song. I love it. I just love how it flows right out of Not My Responsibility. Again, just a really cool song. Everybody Dies, that song hit different. It kind of hurt the first time I listened to it. I was like, oh, that one hurt a little bit. It's really good. It has a really good message to it, and I think the song itself is gorgeous. Then Everybody Dies goes right into song number 12, which is Your Power, which is my favorite of the singles that were released. I loved the music video. I thought it was so cool how simple it was, but how effective it was to just kind of show as a metaphor for what she went through with this whole like grooming situation. It's terrible, and I think just the song really encaptures that, and I thought it was so good. And I'm sure for people that have the same stories that, oh my gosh, other people are going through this, and with the whole Me Too movement, I feel like it was just a great song to add to the album. 13 NDA, I know I keep talking about this, the whole scandal with the auto-tune. I loved it. I thought it sounded fantastic with the album, and the first time I listened to the album, I didn't even realize that that was NDA, that was the song people were talking about, because I was like, why is it such a big deal? Like, I thought it was really good, and I thought that the kind of synth sound in the background that everyone was saying sounded like Among Us kind of paid tribute to her last album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, because I feel like they had a lot of that synth sound in there. So I think that may have been kind of an outtake from the last album. That's my theory, but I don't know. Then we go into the next song, Therefore I Am. As I said, it kind of sounds like Lost Cause, but this was the first single, I believe, that was dropped. It was really good. I loved it when it came out. It's very classic Billie Eilish, like what you would think to come from her. I thought it was the perfect single to drop first because it kind of introduced the album, but didn't give away all of like the hidden gems that are within it, because seriously, there are so many good songs. Happier Than Ever. I thought was amazing. And then the final song, Male Fantasy, I thought was amazing. It's another song that teenage girls, which is her majority audience, can relate to. It talks a lot about like eating disorders and, you know, wanting to be as good as everybody else because that's how people are seen through the male gaze, especially women. And it's just such a powerful song, and I think it was a power move to end with this song because I thought for sure Happier Than Ever was going to be the final song, and I thought it was really interesting to end it on the Male Fantasy note because it's a lot slower of a song, and I feel like Happier Than Ever would have been a perfect cutoff, but to add Male Fantasy as the last song I think was very purposeful and very thought through, to kind of make a statement and say, you better listen to this song because it's important, and I love that for her. I thought that was kind of genius. Okay, so I just put it on the record player. It sounds so good. It sounds so good. I am gonna save the poster to put up in my dorm room, but I absolutely love this album, like genuinely. I know I've said that so many times, but it's just so like refreshing from her because I feel like we've heard like the whisper singing, we've heard like her signature style kind of, and I feel like her and Finneas just really did something different and kind of, I wouldn't say took a left turn, but kind of went away from her usual style, and I thought it turned out so well. And I think for both of them it was kind of a risky move, and I know if you've been online, I know I've said this earlier, but the song NDA got a lot of backlash for sounding over auto-tuned, and I think they shouldn't have released it as a single because I think releasing it as a single kind of strayed it from the album, and it fits so well in the album, like in the context of it. So I feel like if they would have kept it, there would have been no backlash on it personally, but I do love the song. So right now, in this moment, my favorite songs are I Didn't Change My Number, which is the second track. Oh god, they're all so good. Goldwing is one of my favorites. Okay, Not My Responsibility into Overheated, I feel like definitely, I'm calling it right now, will open her tour. I did get tour tickets. I'm gonna be seeing her in March of next year, but if she doesn't open the tour with Not My Responsibility going into Overheated, I will be shocked because I love Not My Responsibility, and I think it's like the coolest thing ever to have this like spoken word over this really cool beat in the background, and it's a perfect tour opener, just saying. Not that she'll see this, but if you do, take my advice. Okay, and then Happier Than Ever, oh my god, ever since she released the little teasers, she did the little Happier Than Ever moment, and I was really excited to hear it because I thought it was gonna kind of go back to her roots, especially with this album. Oh, Party Favor with the ukulele, that's what I was kind of getting from Happier Than Ever, but then they totally take a left turn and kind of go into like a more rock sounding song, which I absolutely love. At first when I heard that, one of my friends posted something and basically said like, oh my god, it's giving Brutal by Olivia Rodrigo, and I was like, what? Like, how is that gonna work? And when I listened to it, it sounded fantastic. So, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you'd like to see more music content from me because I love it and enjoy it a lot. And clearly, I could talk about it for hours. So, if you like Billie Eilish, make sure to go get the copy of her album before it sells out, or pre-sale, or whatever. But yeah, I will see you guys when I see you.